you see? What do you see? What do you see? Tell us what is right, what is wrong, what is art, what is vision. We welcome you to A Blind Guy's View.
Hey folks, it's the Blind Guy and I'm back. I just had the urge to play a few board games and I thought, well, maybe you guys would want to join me. You don't have to watch if you don't want. Can't guarantee I'll win. But let's take a look here. And I was thinking about playing, and we can talk a little strategy. I'm not the expert on all these, but I'm a pretty good war chess player. And I've been playing Mountain Goats quite a bit lately. And I think I've figured out a couple things for that. So let's try getting a game of Mountain Goats going here. And we'll see how we do. That was fast. Okay, so we've got a game. He's a 205. No, he's a 62. We're a 205. Okay. So Mountain Goats, we are wanting to build pools of dice and use each of those pools to move our goats up the mountain. Once we get to the top here, we earn the points. And then this tells us up above that how many of each type of token there are. And then once you get one of each, you get one of these bonus ones here. The game ends when 3 of these are missing, 3 piles are depleted. Then you each get the same number of turns, or until all of the bonus tiles are depleted. And so strategy-wise, I've always thought of it as if you can get like 2 above somebody, then you want to take the top. But if not, you want to be the second one to take the top. So I'm going to get my guy on the 10 spot, just in case he doesn't roll a 10. Next round, then I can hop up on the 10. So he'll probably follow me here. Yeah, he rolled a 10. He rolled the same roll I did. Look at that. That's going to make things tough. Yeah, so he followed me up there. So now I'm going to try to get, so when you roll extra ones like this, you can change them to whatever you want. So I'm going to make a 7. So I'm going to make this one a 6. And I'm going to make this one a 6. So it gives me a 7 and a 9. That way, if he doesn't roll a 9 next turn, I can hop on the 9 spot. I'm going to follow him up to 7 spot. So he's rolled. He's going to use 3 6s here. That's a big roll. So he's going to get to the top of the 6. This could be kind of tricky. He's got some good rolls. Mountain Goats has got quite a bit of luck in it, but it's not all luck. It does have some strategy. I don't know what he's really thinking about. I guess he could use a 10 and an 8. I personally would use the 3 6s to get to the top of the 6. Because it would take me a while to get, there he goes. It would take me a while to get up there and get it. So let's do a 6 and a, well, wait, no, he didn't. Yeah, we're going to have to do it that way. And a 7. So he's probably going to go with an 8 and a 9. I'm just guessing. Just a guess. He could go 6s and 5s. Let me know in the comments if you guys have played this, or if you guys are on Board Game Arena. That's where I'm playing. It's really fun. I would totally play with any of you if you wanted. Okay, so he went 8 and 9. Okay. I'm going to go 6 again. And now 7. See how I've got a gap of 2 now? It's harder for him to kick me off the 7 that way. And he's got, okay, so he'll probably go 5 and 8. Just guessing, use a 5 and an 8. He didn't get as many points as I thought he would off that being up on the 6th spot so long. So that's probably good for us because once we kick him off there, we can use it. And yes, you guys are in this with me, so I'm using the term we. So he's about to kick us off our 7. So we have a 6. Let's make this a 2. So now we have a 6 and a 7. So I want to try to get at least 2 of everything before I get kicked off. So 2 7s is good. I boot him off the 6. Because if I can get 2 of everything, then I get 2 of these bonus tiles. And that pretty much guarantees you the win. I don't know if I've ever lost getting 2 of them. I've lost plenty of times getting only 1 of them. Oh, he's going to get 2 9s here. Or he's going to go 10 8. I would go 2 9s. He went 10. No, what did he do? He went. I don't know what he did. Okay. So we've got 6 5. So there's our 6. And we'll get working our 5 guy up there. 5 guys, burgers and fries. 3 5 6 6. So he'll probably go with a. I'm not sure actually. Probably an 8. He should go with the 8. No, yeah, 8 and 2 6s maybe. He could go with the 9. He's a long ways ahead of me on the 8s, though, so I would go with the 8. We're ahead of him. I'm surprised we're ahead of him on points, to be honest. I feel like he had some really good rolls. He's not doing anything. What's he thinking about? What are you thinking about, Kemosabe? He's from Siam. No, he's from Spain. Sorry. Blind guy. He's from Spain. What are we doing? Come on, dude. You're ruining my video. The people want to see something. They want to see a move. Let me refresh, I guess, to make sure he hasn't moved. Oh. In 45 seconds, I've got to boot him. Don't worry, we'll try to get another game if I have to end up booting him. Do. 22, 21, 20, 16, 15. Maybe I'll edit some of this out if he ends up just getting booted here. which it looks like he's going to. All right, so then we got to tell it to boot him. And if he doesn't do anything in the next 17 seconds, he's gone. And 9. They do a pretty good job on this site of making sure people finish the games because you get penalized pretty heavily if you don't. I think the chat is a little over moderated. You know, they hit you pretty hard for pretty minor stuff. But overall, the website's really good. It's saved me so much money because I haven't had to buy all these games, even though I own a lot of them. But okay, let's try another game of Mountain Goats. Who do we got? He's a 191. Is that from Australia? A 191. No, he's from the Virgin Islands. The British Virgin Islands. Huh, cool. Okay. I could go 10-7 or 9-8. I think I'm going to go 9-8. And we'll see what he gets here. And the guy from Spain says he's sorry. No problem. I was streaming that game though, so my audience is very sad. Okay. Ooh, look at this roll. Okay, I like this. So we bump to 10. We then go up to 6. That was a nice roll. So like I said, if you can get to this top with some space between you and the other player, that's good. If you're going to get there and they're just one away, then you want to actually be the second one to the top. Unless it's going to give you the win, obviously, or a bonus. Just in general, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to use the 7. And I could jump on the 10, but that's not good because then he'll bump me off the 10. So I'm going to actually use 2 5s. Start working my way up the 5 track. I think the 5 track's pretty strong because if you get up here, a lot of players seem to ignore it for quite a while. So if you get up here and just keep pumping out 15 points a turn, that can be really strong. Okay. 7. Oh, he's up to the 7. Okay. 5 and 6. So see how I'm just kind of working my way up slowly all the way across? So then I can pull the move all at the same time. Okay, what do we got? We got 8. Oh, I don't want to use the 9 yet either, though. Let me think here. We can go 7. We're going to have to use the 9 or the 10. So bump him off at the 7. Oh, we just use the 10. Maybe he won't roll a 10. He did, but he's got to use all his dice to do it. I mean, he's not gonna get two moves out of it. He'll have 1 die left over. Oh, he didn't do it. Okay, so he's attacking the 7 again. Like I said, I always want to try to get, if I can, which I can't. I always want to try to get 2 of everything. So we get another 7. He seems to really want the 7. So now I've got 2 7s. And another 10 and another 5. This one, he's probably going to go 8-5. Just guessing. No, he went 7-6. He really likes the 7 for some reason. So we'll take another 10. And we'll bump up the 6. So now we have 2 10s. We like that. 1 5, 2 10s, 2 7s. He's gonna pump out more 7s, I bet. He seems to like the 7s. He could go 10-8. Yep, there it is. I'm not too worried about. I don't want to go. I'll go 8, 5. I'm not too worried about the 10s now. I mean, obviously, if I get a good roll with 10s, I'll head back up there and try to get the last one. But sometimes it's not worth fighting over them because you can get more points with 5s and 6s. Okay, so this is actually a good roll, though, to use the 10s. I'll go the 9s. So now he's got to decide whether he wants to boot me off the 10 or the 9. Which he's going to bump me off he's going to grab a 10. Yeah, so now we can go get the last 10 and grab another 5. 15-point turn, that's pretty strong. And the 9s are worth attacking again because there's still 4 of them left. And we'll go 6 and 5. I hope he doesn't bump me off the 6. Good, so he can't bump me off the 6. So I can get a second 6. So let's check how we're doing. We've got 4 5s, 1 6, 2 7s, 1 9, and 3 10s. So we got to get another 9. We got to get 8s and another 6. So there's our 6. Boom. There's our 8. Boom. Got the first bonus token. Took a big lead now. So we're at 108. He's at 62. And he's got double 7s. So now let's see. If I get another 8 and another 9, I get the second bonus token. So there's the 8. Nope, that's a 10. Hang on. There's the 8. And there's another 8. 2 8s. Nice. We're doing well, guys. Now we just need a 9. We need a 9 and we get that second bonus. All right, here we go. There's the 9. It's worth just taking it. Don't worry about using the other ones. Oh, I guess we still can. So, yeah, we can. So there's the other bonus token. We'll go back up the 6 track, apply some pressure on him. So now if we use another 9, it'd be hard for him to catch us now. And we're 50 points ahead. But we'll try to use another 9. And just apply some pressure. 7 and 6s. Yeah, let's just pressure him that way. So we'll go up to 7. We'll go up to 6. We're just trying to make him use these up. 5 5. So he's got a 7 and 2 5s. Because the 10s are gone. If we can get one more of these spots, we're sitting pretty good. Okay, so he used a 7. So now we can use an 8 and bump a 7 again to put pressure on him to use it. And we're still a ways ahead of him, so I think we're good. I just don't think there's enough tokens out there. All right, he took another bonus token. now we can use the 7. Wait, was that already gone? Nope, that was the last one. So use the 7, use the 6, 160 to 137. He's got 16 points here. We have 9 there. Yeah, I just don't know if there's enough points. Once we get him off that 6, we're feeling pretty good. This is an addictive. Is it addicting or addictive? This is an addictive little game. Let's check our points here. So we're at 160. Oh, he's at 155. How did he do that? Wow. Okay. There's our other 9. Oh, that's a 7. There's our 9. And there's a 6. And that should give us the win. Because I don't think he's going to get enough to... Yeah. We'll see. Oh, he already used the... Okay. I don't think he can. Oh, especially with that roll. Yay! We won, guys. He made it closer than I thought he would there at the end. Good game. Good game. All right, we'll see what else we can do here. Okay, let's see if we can get ourselves a game of War Chest. I like to play random. Random and fast. $114. Let's go. All right, what does he have? He has the Marshal, the Footman, the Pikeman, my favorite guy, and the Knight. To be honest, that's not a great team. I have the Light Cavalry, the Archer, the Swordsman, and the Crossbowman. I don't really like my team either. Light Cavalry's good. Okay, well, let's just focus on a Crossbowman strategy. So I'm going to recruit Crossbowman, since his best unit in my mind is the Pikeman. It looks like he's going to go Knight, though. In my mind is the Pikeman, and the Crossbowman is an excellent counter for the Pikeman. So I'm just recruiting Crossbowmen, and then I will thin my bag down so that I'm just drawing Crossbowmen, and we're going to focus on more of a thin him out strategy here before we start capping control markers. So remember, we have to be bolstered to shoot that Knight. This is such a great game, guys. This could be my favorite game. It is definitely in my top 3. I don't like this version quite as well as I do the one on War Chest Online, but it's just convenient to show you guys the one on here. I didn't really want to bring my Light Cavalry out on this side, but I'm going to have to. Desperate times, you know, so I'm just going to set him over here. Crossbowman will protect him. And so I'm just going to walk my crossbowman up here and just... That's the sound that crossbows make. And so now I'm going to bolster these guys. Bolster. Okay. Not too worried right now. Feeling good. Gonna have to bolster my crossbowman though, so he can take out the knight. Bolstered. This guy plays quickly, which I like. I definitely like to play fast. Bolster. Okay, so now we'll see what he moves here. Okay, so we're going to scooch up. Scooching is a technical term in battle. Your crossbowman scooches. So if he doesn't have another knight, we're good. If he has another knight, we'll back up. He had another knight, so we'll back this way. So now his marshal's not a problem anymore. He flipped initiative. That's a mistake. In my opinion, you should only flip initiative if it's basically for the win or to give you a mega kill, like maybe with a warrior priest. But flipping initiative just to protect a knight is not a good move, in my opinion, because now I think he's stuck. Because we'll go here. So now you can see I've completely bolstered out all of my stuff besides the crossbowman. So I know I'm drawing crossbowman now. Now kill the knight. So I'm either drawing 3 or I'm drawing 2. But either way, I know that's going to be crossbowman. Now he's kind of in trouble now because he lost. We'll pass. Because he lost the... I'm passing just to make him make the first move. Knight's a really good reactionary unit. So like we'll go up here. If he doesn't have a pikeman, we'll shoot him. Yeah, it's not a problem. Shoot the pikeman. 3 crossbowmen, that's nice. And we'll go marshal next if he doesn't move the marshal. Just thinning him out now. You can see how strong one unit is when you know you're going to draw it. Now, how could he have countered me? Probably using the pikeman more aggressively. I don't think the knight was necessarily a strong counter against the crossbowman just because there's only 4 of them in your bag, or 4 of them, 4 tokens total. So I feel like the crossbowman's always going to be able to outpace him. See, watch, I'll get another shot at him. So now he'll probably end up conceding the game here, but we'll see. Other strategies I could have done would have been to go with the light cavalry pretty heavily and just try to take things out quickly, control markers. But I felt like with those pikemen, if you play the pikeman correctly, he can cause all kinds of problems. I actually think he's one of the best units. A lot of people don't agree with that. But he's such a strong counter to so many of the premium units that I think you have to agree with that. I think that, he's the counter for the, what's he going to do here? Okay, he's the counter for the berserker. He's the counter for warrior priest. I mean, the 2 strongest strategies in the game, he counters both of them. So yeah, I think so losing that footman's big. Pikeman's awesome. He just struggles against distance. And luckily that's what we had, so I think he's great too because he can also just play him completely defensively. You can just stick him on a control marker, and if the other player doesn't have any distance guys, he's got to sacrifice guys just to get on that marker. So yeah, the pikeman's awesome. Now there's only 4 of him, so that's one of his weaknesses. But I mean, he'd be way overpowered if there was 5. I want to try to get that other footman out of there. So we'll move up there. See what happens here. Get the marshal. I don't want anything bolstered around me. That can cause problems, so I removed the bolster there first. Okay, so this is tricky. Even though that's his last knight, he can still get me if he has a marshal. So we'll be aware of that. Make sure we take that out, because he could use his marshal to attack me with the knight. I have definitely been sloppy and not seen that before. It's not because I'm blind, just sloppy sometimes. Okay, now we can start capping stuff, because I don't think he's got enough to be a threat anymore. So we'll go here. And oh, I forgot he had another one of those. Don't think it's going to be a problem because he's going to be slow, but definitely something to keep an eye on. Okay. So I'm actually going to recruit another light cavalry here just to get a kill on this footman when he tries to take that marker. So it will ruin my perfectly thinned out bag. Oh, he's not going there. Never mind. I don't need to do it. Maybe he thought about me doing that. Okay, so he's capping there. Go there. If he loses another footman, he's really in trouble. Maybe I'll think about grabbing an archer. Oh, maybe he heard me. Can he hear me? Is he watching this? Pass. Down to here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Pass. So in my mind, this game is pretty much over. He's just got enough to kind of make it last a little longer. I don't think he's got another footman here. Nope. So get rid of that one. And oh, okay. Well, I don't want him getting that because that's just going to take longer. So we'll go here. I'm going to flip initiative. I know I said not to do that, but it's important to get it in a spot because I want to get rid of that footman. This one, flip. Prove. Take the shot. Boom. Okay, so now that pikeman's so slow. He's only got one of them. I'm not too worried now. And we'll go up here. I haven't lost any of my crossbowmen. Feel pretty good about that. Because he becomes a lot weaker once you lose one. Well, not a lot, but you just lose some of your flexibility. So I don't want to get into the fray with this pikeman. So I'm going to pass. Okay, he's going up there. I guess we'll go up there and get that guy. Don't love that we're not drawing 3 crossbowmen now. Just drawing 2. We'll go here. Okay. He's drawing this out like crazy. I'm being stubborn. I don't want to recruit anything else. We've got 4. What's he doing? We'll go up here, make him move. Go here. Get rid of that footman. Just to speed this up, this has been like the longest game of War Chest ever. We'll recruiting other light cavalry just to get this spot. Okay. I still want to keep this pikeman from getting anywhere on me. So I don't want to be sloppy. Oh, didn't draw my light cavalry. He's running out of dudes. Did he bolster that out? He hasn't moved that pikeman for a while. Oh, there he goes. Let's get him. Let's get him. Okay, still moving that. So I'm going to flip the initiative. move here to kill that marshal. That was one of his last guys he could move. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh. I am sorry that took so long, guys. He held on quite a while there. Hey, 405. Let's go. 405. Okay, but I hope that helps a little bit with some of the strategy on the crossbowmen countering pikemen. But like I said, pikemen's awesome. So I think I'll call it there. I'll see you guys on the next episode of A Blind Guide's View. Laters on the Minjay.
Laters on the Minjay.
Ships on bigger of the waves are skimming barren summits to the verdant plains. Each horizon is a new beginning.